less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shawty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shawty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Danners. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Spieth at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
14. Got it.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Tempo. Got it. Well. Clear. 18. Gotta go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. It's caught. Lockett. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Second and 10 now. Wilson. Man open left side is Brown. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jaron Brown, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. James has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
95, 95.
Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Purcise. And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Play action. Now Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Hey, tempo. Four down. Hey.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On first down, Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
12.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. He got 29 yards that time. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, a ball may come your way.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Toss play to McKinnon. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
18 yards the gain for number 18. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wilson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked by Terrarius Moore. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not. We'll find out. Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to fire one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10, down at the 31. On first down, Garoppolo. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3. Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. Watch 85.
Garoppolo again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gotta go. Front left. Took right. Let's go, 14. Gun.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd and 5. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Now Wilson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Tempo. Zebra.
On 1st down, Procise. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackle made that time by Michael Johnson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one too.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
Here we go. Hurry up. Hurry up. 11.
Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far,
but he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jaron Reed in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we're into the 2nd half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. A lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
19.